Hi everyone, here's another video from the kitchen of Kelly. You see here Mark, he is my big helper. I have to tell you, being sick, a lot of times I don't have the energy to cook and make everything on my own, and Mark or one of the kids will actually come help me. So you see now Mark is going to help me making the fried zucchini that I showed, I think, in some of the pictures. So what we're going to do, I'm going to walk you through what we're going to do and then tell you what's in each of the bowls. So we're going to cut these zucchini that we got from our garden into spears. I like that way. I think it gets the best coating. We're going to put some eggs in here that we got from our neighbor's chickens. And we have a flour mixture here with spices. This will go on the zucchini first. Flour with spices, and then egg mixture, which we haven't done yet. This will be eggs and I think some milk. And then that's breadcrumbs and seasonings. And oh, the other thing that we put in the seasonings that we almost forgot is some of that finely grated cheese.
Yep.
I think we have Parmesan maybe, and maybe
a
little bit of one of those, either Parmesan or this kind of
This gives
cheese.
it the best flavor.
Yeah. So we're going to put that in with the breadcrumbs. All right, I'm going to pause the video now, and I'm going to cut up the zucchini, and we're also going to mix the egg and milk. So this is basically flour and seasonings, and this is breadcrumb and seasoning, right?
Mm-hmm.
And cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, pausing. All right, so I have chopped up some of these into spears. I'm still chopping, and Mark is now doing the batter. So first in the flour, next into the egg and milk wash, and then last into these. And we're going to coat them. And actually, Mark, before you put them on that tray, I'm going to put some parchment paper down. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So that is 3 cucumbers cut into strips.
Cucumbers?
I put cucumbers, zucchinis.
You're taking after me.
Yeah, one night we had sauteed cucumber for dinner by accident. And so now that's always a joke. But those are 3 zucchini from our garden. I put 1 back in the fridge. There are 3 currently on the plant, but I don't think they'll be done for another 2 to 3 days. So I left 1 in the fridge in case we need it for other things. And while I'm in the kitchen, I'll show you around what we're doing. So what we're going to do here, though, is we're going to put these in the fridge because we have a couple hours before dinner time, and I have done these before right from breading them, and they've come out great. But we're going to try to put these into the fridge and then pan fry them.
It dries them out a little bit.
Yeah.
It helps take the moisture out.
Yeah, we're hoping they'll taste even better. So what we usually do is we just get a frying pan, and I put about 1 inch of oil in the pan, and we cook them in there, and I flip them. And I'll show that when we get to that point later on tonight. But while we're breading, I'll just quickly give you a tour of where we're at with things. So this top thing here are potatoes pulled from my garden. The sweet potatoes are not done yet. These are like the red ones. In here are like the Idaho ones. And some of them, a few of the smaller ones are starting to get a little soft. So I'm going to have to do something with them. So that's the potatoes. And then if we come over here, you'll see this is eggs from my neighbor. Because they're fresh eggs and not washed, they stay out on the counter. And they stay good like a month or 2 that way. I know they stay good at least for a month. We haven't tried more than that. This is sage that is in various stages of drying that I'm going to use in candles probably in candles or maybe to sage the house. Here is our bin of cherry tomatoes from our cherry tomato plant. I hardly planted anything this year, but yet we have so much abundance. These are the tomatoes I picked out for the chickens. These are some that are a little less ripe. And then over here in the window, most of my plants, my little plants, have been planted. This is a piece of the zucchini plant that broke off that actually has survived. It's not getting enough nutrients from the water, but it has started to grow a couple roots. So I am going to try to get this into some soil in a pot and see what it does. Here's some lettuce that we got at the store. I just put that in the water. I may move that outside and see how much lettuce we can get before it gets cold. Thai basil, mint, regular basil, and more mint, and a plant for my mother. So I need to get some more pots to plant these, and I have plenty of planted basil to give out to people. So I need to get on that as well. All right, so we'll be back, I think, when we're going to pan fry those zucchini, but I'll just turn around real quick and show you where we're at. So here's where we're at. You can see how Mark is a huge help to me. After I'm done this part of the video, I'm going to start helping him because this is a lot of work. And I'll make room in the fridge outside for these. All right, see you guys soon. All right, we're still breading, but I went ahead and put the oil in the pan, and I just wanted to say before I forget when we're cooking these that the oil is much less than an inch high. If you can see how much oil is in this pan, I haven't started heating it up yet. About this much oil, and you're going to want to heat your oil in your pan to about 300 degrees. 325 is fine too. You're not going to want it to get more than 350. So we'll be back. So we are just finishing up the last few zucchini, and we ran out of room on the tray, so I will be cooking a few this afternoon before we come back tonight. So I thought we would compare how easy the cooking goes, refrigerated versus non-refrigerated. I have had my oil heating up, and now I'm going to check the temperature. I try not to hit the bottom of the pan, but it's hard to put it just in the oil and not hit the bottom of the pan. It's going up to 260, it looks like. 268, 270. It's pretty darn close to 300. So right now it's around 270. In about another 30 seconds, this will probably be the perfect temperature. So I'm going to get some tongs. I use like salad tongs to pick up these and put them in the oil. So I'm standing back because they may splatter, especially because they weren't in the refrigerator. In the refrigerator, they'll get drier, so they will splatter less. So I'm standing back, and I'm going to just put these in the oil. And you see, and this is how we do it. And we fry these up, and we let them cook about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. And they're all done. You know, you just basically, you cook them until they're brown, and when you cook them until they're brown on each side, as long as your oil is not too hot, they will be cooked perfectly inside. And I guess as long as your oil's not too hot or your strips not too thick. So we're going to let these cook. And I will be back when it's time to flip them. All right, all covered and ready to go into the fridge. And these are still cooking. They've been cooking a couple minutes now. I'm going to check them in about another minute. Okay, it's been another minute. I'm starting to smell actually the zucchini, so I'm going to start flipping. Ooh, look how nice and brown that is. These are going to be good. These are not the easiest way to make zucchini by any means. Woo, little splatter. I'm hoping that the ones that we do from the fridge will splatter less. Switching camera hands so I can flip. But sorry about the videography. But our family, my kids, love the zucchini best this way. They do like it other ways too. They like it when we cook it with tomatoes and use it with pasta, like zucchinis, tomatoes, and cheese and pasta. They like that too. So anyway, so that's how brown they should look. And then I'm going to let them cook a little more. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to check and make sure the oil's not getting too hot, because if it is, they'll cook too fast. So I'm just checking that. It looks good. It looks like it's not too hot. We're running around. Oh, actually, it's getting a little up there. So I'm going to turn the fire down a little bit more. So these will cook for maybe another minute, and then I'll take them out. And Mark, if you could get me a fresh plate, since there was raw on this, to get these out on. And we also put them on paper towels to get a little bit of the extra oil off. So, yep, especially the one I flipped first, we might want to take out soon. Maybe I can flip it on its back. Like that while I wait for the plate. So anyway, these are so delicious with marinara sauce or ranch dressing. We will also cook some tonight after storing them in the fridge. If there's no difference, I'll just say that on the video instead of videoing more. But if there's a difference, I'll add that to the video. Anyway, I love you all so much. We're going to get these out and enjoy these. Mwah! Bye! So I'm finishing up the rest of the zucchini. We have these here and 2 full plates over here. The biggest difference I noticed in cooking the ones from the fridge to the ones that were not refrigerated, it was just that these splattered a little less. When I ate them, they taste exactly the same. So no difference in the taste, just a little less splatter, which is easier for cleanup and a little safer, I guess. So if you have time to refrigerate them ahead of time, go ahead and do so. But it's not necessary. Definitely not necessary for flavor. And I didn't notice that the breadcrumbs stuck on any better from refrigeration either. So basically it just reduced splatter. So I hope you enjoyed the recipe. Oh, the one thing I also wanted to say is for spices, I didn't specify. We used the Italian spices, garlic, onion, and then we use the cheese. I believe that's it, right? The Italian spice blend, onion, garlic, and cheese. So that's the one thing I forgot to say, but that's it. Enjoy if you have a lot of summer squash growing. And this is the way the kids will eat it. Love you. Bye.